Wondering if it's bad because I really want to sing the song I'm so excited. Because I am so excited and I just can't. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. Yeah, I really want to sing that song, but we're not going to. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys doing today? Welcome to me here at the Better Today, Better Tomorrow broadcast. BT squared. Hooray. Welcome, welcome. For those who've never been here before, all I do is I pretty much just talk. You're more than welcome to comment in the chat. I can see it now. It comes up on the screen. And I would love to say hi to you. If you're there, say hi, what's up? If you're not and you're listening to it later, it's quite all right. I would love to know your input, just so I can, get a feel for what people are thinking. So I want to provide you guys some great information that might help your life, might change your direction, might give you some perspective. There's no reason for you to also stick your finger into the light socket. I've already done it for you, and there's some people who've done it before me. And the wisest people are the ones who let other people stick their finger in the light socket and learn from their mistakes instead of sticking the finger in their own. But lo and behold, people are going to do what people don't do. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. So today, this is awesome. It's going to be a great one. It's about the power of self-limiting beliefs. So I want to talk about this. And today's quote right off the bat, right off the jump right there is argue for your limitations. And sure enough, they're yours. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. I'm going to show myself for a second. We're going to talk, and then we'll go back to mainly we're going to be doing a lot of the video of these posts and these quotes here. But let me say, I just want to say hi to you guys. I just want to say hi. It's kind of rough today, but it's okay. Don't hate. Hey, I also want to say, hey, welcome to my new home. I've never done a video in here before because this is like brand new to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still got my blessed sign because I feel blessed all the time. Let me get out the way. I feel blessed all the time because I live a positive and abundant life. So I got to attract that. That's all I'm going to attract in this life. But yeah, welcome to the new home. And that's kind of what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. So let me go back to that quote. And oh yeah, by the way, I've been working out. You guys see this? Yeet. 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 You see what I'm saying? Look at these muscles rip. Look at the back. You see the back on that guy? Woo! I'm sorry. I'm just having a good time. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. I hope you guys can hear me well enough. Like I said, it's a little different. I'm doing this in my kitchen instead of my office, so I hope you can hear me well enough. So let's go ahead and start talking about it, ladies and gentlemen. So the first quote we had here was argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they will be yours. I want you to think about, ladies. That one's not supposed to show you. I want you to think about, ladies and gentlemen, how many times in your lifetime you have actually actually you probably don't even realize it, because the more I actually am conscious and purposeful in my thoughts, I realize it more and more that I argue myself into limitations all the time. And ladies and gentlemen, ironically enough, they're my limitations. They're a limitation I'm putting on myself at all times. So the question is, why do we argue for our limitations? Why is it that when it comes down to it and it's said and done, we're much more willing to put energy into arguing for our limitations than we are putting energy into success and going? Why? Because the limitations creates a comfort zone. The mind is a place that wants to create as little pain for you as possible. So once you have your niche, once you have your piece, your job, your house, your car, your this, that, and the other, once you have all that in the box, and you can understand it and you can pick at the pieces, and it's not too far outside of your reach, you can grab anything. Your mind's like, okay, we're set, we're stable. But once you start to get outside of the limitation piece, where you might want something else more, but you let yourself not have it, the reason that you say I can't get it is because you want to protect yourself from having to work that hard or going to get it, right? So this brings me to quote number 2. Every person takes the limits of their own field of vision for the limits of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, everything I see, and I believe, so think about it. If I had a coat on right now, and I was like, man, it's hot in here, and I took my coat off because I'm hot. I have just told you that the world is hot based on what I feel right now. You may not feel the exact same way, but that is my limit. That's how I feel at this point in time, because it's in my field of vision. I can touch it, I can understand it. So obviously it has to be true for everybody. Have you ever had somebody tell you it's cold in here? And you're like, no, it's not. Why are you arguing back? Because that's the limit of your perspective. But everything that we put, every limit that is on ourselves is something that we put there. So imagine this. If our world is created by our thoughts, and our limits are created by our thoughts, then can't our limits create our world? A plus B equals C. A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. There you go. A plus, some of you guys, okay, I wish I had, let me write this down. Some of you guys don't know math. I'm sorry. You know, I used to be a math teacher. Come on, man. Hold on, we're gonna do this. So if A equals B and B equals C, then if I'm not mistaken, this is the inverse, transverse property, something like that. I forgot. Okay, let me show you that. So if A equals B, and we know that B equals C, then technically A should equal C. So if our mind creates our thoughts, and our thoughts create our world, or sorry, and our limits create our world, then doesn't our mind create our world? And by the same token, shouldn't our limits be the one thing that's controlling everything that we do? So if we learn to control our limits and what we believe our limits to be, then what we do is we learn to control our world, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let me go to the next one. This is a good one. All limits are self-imposed. Every single one of them. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh, I'm not strong enough. Oh, I'm not weak enough. Oh, I'm not black enough. Oh, I'm not white enough. I'm not tall enough. Oh, I'm not short enough. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not ugly enough. I'm not hideous enough. I don't have enough scars. I don't look good in that. All these limits that we tell ourselves on a regular basis do not come from our mindset, ladies. And what they do is they come from the media that we take and we can program that. We program ourselves with this stuff. And we believe we see a very pretty girl on TV and we think, oh, I can't have her, or the very pretty guy on TV, and you're like, oh, I can't have him because I'm not pretty enough. But you just limited yourself based on the fact of what you saw on TV. Or you saw somebody walking down the street who looks like an Instagram model, like, oh man, she's great. I wish I could look like that. But ladies and gentlemen, those are your limits. You're not supposed to look like her. I was going to do a video on this, but I want to give you this quote, ladies and gentlemen. We are 1 in a million. We're 1 in a billion almost. 1 in a trillion. Who cares? I don't care. We are magnificent creatures. Then why is it that we take all of this energy to try to be like everybody else? We're 1 in a million, but we want to be 1 in 10. Ladies and gentlemen, the idea behind being 1 in 10 is you limit yourself to the possibilities of what you could be. Try to be like everybody else. Every limitation self-imposed. Now, the story I have for you. Everybody, I can tell you right now, I've been living it before I lived in a house full of mold. It was bad. And I was renting there, and everybody's like, you need to buy a house. You need to buy a house. I was like, oh, no, I can't buy a house. I can't afford it. Oh, I can't buy a house. I can't this. Oh, my credit's not good enough. Oh, I don't have enough money. I don't have a down payment. Oh, this, oh, that. All these different limitations kept coming out of my mouth, right? But then one day, my mentor, because thank God I trust her, because also, back up a little bit. If you start to see that your self-limiting beliefs are so powerful that it's controlling your life, you might be too close to the mountain. You can't see it. You get what I'm saying? So the idea behind that, and I'll do a video on this later real quick, but the idea behind it is that your problems are very close to you. So sometimes, because the mountain's so massive, you can't see that you're so close that the road that you're supposed to be taking is literally 3 steps to the right. But if somebody's way back here and they're like, hey man, just go to your right 3 steps, they can see what you can't see. So why am I telling you this? Because my mentor said, she says, why don't you try to get a house? And the first thing I remember telling her, I was like, I can't afford it. My credit's horrible. You know, even though I've been building my credit, and I don't have the down payment. I didn't, every single thing. She's like, why don't you just try? I was like, okay. And she said, it doesn't hurt to try. I was like, you're right, it doesn't hurt to try. So I decided to take all those limitations off and hold them for a second. And next thing you know, in a matter of 45 days, I'm in a brand new home. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in my home. This is proof that everything is possible. Anything is possible. But when self-limiting beliefs are the foundation of what you base all your decisions on, then you will never achieve what you want. I'm sitting in it. Let me turn you around. I haven't showed you guys the house. I'm not going to give you a huge tour. I'm just going to give you a little tour. It's dirty, you know what I'm saying? We cleaned up the place, you dig? So don't judge a boy, you know what I'm saying? Don't judge me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, none of that happens if I don't listen to my mentor. Just one time, she's like, hey, just try it. Just put yourself out there. See if you can get your house. I wouldn't be here. And ironically enough, I had good enough credit. I was like, oh, my bankruptcy from 10 years ago, because I had a bankruptcy when I was a college athlete. I was like, oh, it's not there. The guy who was running my lender, he was like, that doesn't matter. That thing's almost off. And it ended up falling off before all this is done. I don't have enough down payment. Oh, I don't have the everything. Every single situation, every limitation I had for myself in this situation literally got out of the way. The universe conspires to everything that I am true and 100% committed and dedicated and wanting. There's no other way to go about that. The universe is always conspiring in my favor for the things that I desire. And everything got out of my way. From 0 to 45 days, ladies and gentlemen, the hardest part of this whole process was finding a house. because you know how the world is right now. So think about that. I literally thought I could never have a house, and I was paying this. I am literally paying $200 more in rent than I was paying renting someone else's stuff that had mold in it that they wouldn't come out and fix because of my self-limiting beliefs. I was making myself sick on a daily basis because of what somebody else, because of what I thought had to be true. Oh, I can't be a homeowner. Oh, I can't afford it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to stop right now. I know this is a long video. I'm sorry, but I get past it sometimes. I want you to stop right now and I want you to think about some of the self-limiting beliefs that you have. I want you to think about, how attractive you feel you are. I want you to think about how much money you think you have. And I want you to think about what you can and you cannot have in your lifetime. Like, don't ever tell yourself you don't have enough money, ladies and gentlemen. If you've ever read Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he tells you that his dad, his rich dad, his poor dad used to say, I don't have enough money. I can't afford that. Money doesn't grow on trees. You got better go get a job. This, that, and the other. And his rich dad used to say, it's not about I can't afford it. It's how can I afford it? By saying you can't afford it, your mind stops thinking and the ability to create stops. But instead, if you say, how can I afford that? How can I have that? How can I have this house? Instead of I can't afford it. I got horrible credit. I got no money. Instead of saying that, I switch over and I say, how can I afford it? Now the mind gets to start working. Now all of a sudden, all the things that were once limiting, all the shackles that were on your arms and all the shackles that were on your legs that you're dragging around, you unloosen those and you can fly to the moon, and you don't understand how things happen so quickly because you limited yourself on the process. It has nothing to do with what's obtainable to you. It has to do with what you're limiting yourself to. That's the only difference. So if we know, and actually, here, let me put this one up. I think it's this one. Because I think it's the next one. Nope, I want this one. No, actually, this is the one. Okay. If we only could see that all, not some, ladies and gentlemen, all limitations. Now, remember, in the corner here, upper left-hand corner, all limitations are self-imposed, so they're created by you. So if we could only see that all limitations are imposed and chosen out of fear, ladies, remember that whole idea of protection? That's why we create all these limitations. I can't do it. I'm too scared. I'm too big. I'm too fat. All that's done out of fear of something you don't want to do because you're scared. We would leap at once. If all limitations are self-imposed, which means that we create them, which means that they are our property, we can throw them in the trash, then we would leap at once because we just created the limit, and that means anything's possible. Anything is possible. Say it with me. Anything is possible. I know the video is a little laggy. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm going to figure it out. Why? Because I have no limits. I'll find a better computer so it doesn't lag for you. But listen to my words, ladies and gentlemen. Anything is possible. All limiting beliefs are yours. So get rid of them. The power of belief, ladies and gentlemen, is that you actually do what you believe. If you don't believe you can do it, you will never do it. If you don't believe that you can have it, you will never go get it. If you believe you can, it's already yours. So why do we give ourselves self-beliefs? Because it's a whole lot easier to say we can't and not fail than to go out and do it, fail, try again, do it, fail, go out again, do it, fail, go out again, do it, fail, go out again, do it, fail, and go out again and do it until we succeed. Getting all fired up. Last one, ladies and gentlemen. Last one. Listen, I talk to a lot of people on an everyday basis, and we talk about all kinds of things. And people say things to me, and I started correcting them. They hate it, but I started correcting them just like my mentor did to me. And what she did is she said, I would say, "Oh, I can't do this." She said, "No, I need you to re-say that." And it annoys people. It's okay, but when I started to really control my words that came out of my mouth and the thoughts that come into my mind, I started to realize I had a whole lot more. Ladies and gentlemen, I went from a broke down van that I paid $500 for to 2 brand new cars and a home, and I thought none of those were possible. So instead of saying that you can't, ladies and gentlemen, believe that you can. I actually go a step further. Not only do I believe that I can, I believe I already did. I believe it's already done. I believe it's already mine. I live in abundance and I live in positivity and I live in a world where anything is possible. I am successful. I am great. I am the master of my own destiny, and it's all in my mind. So if I decide I want it, it's already mine. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not interested in your limiting beliefs. When people talk to me, I listen to them because I want to hear their story. Because usually the story that they have is not really positive, and it's usually just one little piece they need to tweak. It's a beliefs thing. They'll say, yeah, and then my boy, I didn't. Okay, what can you do? What do you believe? Because I'm not interested in your limiting beliefs, ladies and gentlemen. I'm interested in what makes you limitless, without limit. It is your power. It is your right. You can create everything. God is willing to bless you. He's got all the cards. He's like, what you need. What you need, baby. What you need. Let me get that paper in your hand. Let me get that brand new car for you. Let me get that new relationship for you. Oh, you need some new friends? Let me get some new friends for you. There's some positive friends. Oh, help me. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It's what you believe that you will always receive. Ooh, I could have just said that at the beginning and been done with it. What you believe is what you will always receive. So all I need you to do, ladies and gentlemen, right now is I need you to think about all the negative beliefs that you believe are not yours. And I need you to take the word not or can't or won't or shouldn't or couldn't or can't have or don't have or will not. All those nots, I want you to take them out, because if you take out those words, then you realize that you can do everything. And it's all possible, and it's all within your grasp, it's all within your reach. And I'm not saying this to brag, I'm not. I'm saying this because I honestly believe that people just need a little bit of a mindset shift. Not a big one, just a little one. I had a little one because, ladies and gentlemen, it's funny, I talk about this all the time. You walk a straight line, boom, 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 and I'm going in the same direction. With that same line, all I got to do is I turn 1 degree, and I end up in a completely different spot. And right now, where I was from where I am is not that big of a distance. But as that chasm grows and I continue to walk on that journey and I continue to grow, all of a sudden, I'm miles away from where I should have been. Sorry, I'm miles away from where I was going from one simple change of 1 degree. The power of 1 degree, ladies and gentlemen. The power of 1 degree is so powerful. I shouldn't even talk about this, but I'm going to talk about this and I'll go do it again later. The power of 1 degree. 211 degrees Fahrenheit. Water doesn't boil. It's hot. Oh, it's so hot. It'll burn you. It'll scald you. But the water will not boil until it's 212 degrees, which means 1 degree off, it does not boil. That's the power of 1 degree. So you want to tell me that 1 degree makes such a difference that, it goes from water just sitting flat to water boiling, then you're telling me 1 degree difference is the difference between being in a happy home with a happy family, with a positive life and a positive way of living, in comparison to a negative one, just by 1 degree's change. Then you're telling me that anything is possible. 1 degree. Your limiting beliefs are the only thing that are holding you back. Let them go. Who are they helping? They're not. See, ladies and gentlemen, I had the one. Let me show you again. I had the one earlier that said, look, it says they're yours, right? And it's your limit on your world, right? It's your limit on your world. It's yours. So if we know 1 degree is the difference between good and bad, positive and negative, awesome and horrible, 1 degree, and it's our limiting beliefs that keeps us from that, ladies and gentlemen, then it's our turn to step up and see what we can do. It's all up to us. That's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. Let me go back to this last one. I really want to show you this one more time, and then I'll get you out of here. Argue for your limitations long enough, and sure enough, ladies and gentlemen, they will be yours. And now you've argued for your limitations. But I don't care about your limitations, ladies and gentlemen. What I care about is this. If you can only see that all limitations are self-imposed, every single one of them, and chose not to fear, ladies and gentlemen, you would leave it once, because everything is possible for you. You're a fantastic, marvelous, miraculous, amazing, studly beast, beautiful, amazing goddess, gods of all types and shapes. You're amazing. You're fantastic. You're kings and queens and princes and princesses. You're everything you could possibly be. It's the world that implants these fake memories and fake thoughts in your head based on past memories that you've had or past situations that you had. Just keep in mind that you're limitless, and the only limit you have is the one you put on yourself for protection. You're protecting yourself out of greatness. Ooh, that's really good too. I'm gonna write that down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you being here. I know it's been 20 minutes. I got caught up in it. I was not planning on going that far, but you got a lot of great nuggets, and I hope you got something from this. If you do get something from it, please type it below. I love hearing from you guys. Funny thing, another self-belief, I thought, hey, no one's listening, so why get my messages anymore? Nobody cares about what I have to say, so why get my message more? Those are my self-limiting beliefs on this. But in all reality, people come up to me randomly, and I love it because it almost brings a tear to my eye. And just talking about it and thinking about it right now, it brings a special place in my heart. And they're like, "Man, I love your videos, even though I haven't done them in a year and a half. Like, man, I really appreciate what you're saying. I love where you're going. Oh man, I love your journey. Da 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 da. All this good stuff, right?" But in my mind, I'm thinking I'm not good enough to even do these videos, man. The one thing I really enjoy doing and giving my heart and my soul as I preach and I tell people, hey, you got the power already. You've been blessed with the power before you even were born. But it's when you come into this world, the world limits you by giving you pictures and thoughts and scaring you, and you put limiting beliefs on it. But anyways, long story short, ladies and gentlemen, you are so much more than you give yourself credit for. And if you just realize that all your limitations are just yours, and if they're yours, as simple as a piece of trash is in your house, you can pick it up, you can walk to the dumpster, and you can throw it away. Or you can let it sit on your floor. It's up to you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to the Better Today, Better Tomorrow broadcast, podcast, video, I don't know, all that good stuff. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I love. Oh, hold on, let me bring you on. You know what I got to do. You know what I got to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate and I love each and every single one of you. And I just want you to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, you're so great and you're so powerful that it makes sense that they would try to make you dull. You're one in a million. There's no reason to be one in 10. The people who are one in 10 are trying to hide. There's no pleasure in hiding. There's no need to